And so we just got to continue to work on that. Defensively was not what we expected in the first half. You know, guys are making plays on us. That a combination of poor pass rush and not locking on your guys. You know, we've been fine against the run, but the pass has been killing us, and that's going to bite us. That's something that we've got to get fixed. But I'll answer your questions for you.
Front row right here, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, what happened to you on the sideline there where you had to go down for a while, like you were in the 15-yard line or so, which was out of the coach's box? But I'm not laughing, but you know what I'm saying. But what I understood you.
Sure you are.
Yeah. But you ran into someone. I mean, what happened there?
I dealt with headaches in the past. Just dealing with that headache.
So it was a headache. It wasn't a collision. Did you think you might have to leave the game at that point?
No.
I mean, when did it kind of come right for you? Just a few minutes later?
2 minutes ago. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Number two, the passing game. Obviously, like you just pointed out, I'm not saying bailed you out again. I mean, the guy threw for 455 and stuff. But Paris Campbell, McLaurin, and those guys, what did you just see come alive as the game went on?
Dwayne would be the first one to tell you, and it's no different than when the run game's cooking. You know, the offense line's the reason why. When the passing game's cooking, I mean, there are guys making phenomenal catches and runs, and the offense line's doing for the most part. I believe we gave up 1 sack tonight. We did have we had 2 turnovers, which are awful. But I mean, it's when he's an accurate passer now. You give him time, and you give him a good group of receivers. He's a dangerous guy.
Over to the left, Bill.
You're 6-0. It's halfway through the season now. But you mentioned the running game and defense.
Yeah.
How close are you, or how far away from you from being a championship caliber team?
We're not worried about that. We just got to get ready for Minnesota, and you guys saw what I saw. You know, at times we play outstanding, but the big hits and you know, we're a man coverage team, so we got to keep evaluating. But some of those weren't even on man coverage, so we just have to keep working at it. I trust our staff. I trust our players. We're banged up a little bit, and we got to fight through it, but we got to play better.
Over to the right, Austin.
Urban, I know how cautious you are about what I'm about to say sometimes, but through 6 games, what Dwayne Haskins is doing, are you ready to give him your Heisman endorsement? Do you think that it's fair to include him in that conversation right now?
I never want to hold our players back. I don't know what else is out there. I'm worried about Minnesota, and I'm worried about our defense, and I'm worried about our run game, and worried about getting guys healthy. But I certainly never want to take away for elite. I mean, 455 yards now, and high end percentage completion. It was 33 of 44. I mean, that's. I'm not going to hold him back, but our focus is on Minnesota.
Over to the left, Doug.
Urban, you said you're a press man team, and we know you guys have been that since you switched to that. Is there any possibility of a consideration to, in some situations, backing off of that?
Yeah. Well, we do. If you notice, we do bail sometimes. We just hate to give the free access throws to people. And, you know, I think this was, you know, it didn't really snap at us like it did today. You know, Penn State, some guys made some plays on us, but today we really felt it. I felt it. That first half was awful.
Do you feel like the teams maybe are thinking we'll take some deep shots on these guys? Maybe we'll get a flag. Maybe we'll grab one.
That's what you're seeing.
Maybe they don't fear you guys like maybe sometimes they have in the past. That your guys are going to make a play.
Yeah, I know we have very good personnel, and it's just something we're going to keep working at. But your comment about are we going to take a look at other things, we already have.
Over to the right, Dan.
You mentioned the run game wasn't what you wanted, the defense wasn't what you wanted, but you guys were still able to take care of business. Last year against Iowa, after the Penn State game, you guys weren't able to do that. Do you see that as a sign of growth for where this team is this year?
I do, and you know, we practiced very hard this week after getting in at 3:30 in the morning. We were worried about that a little bit. The heat was there again all week, and but to get out of this thing 6-0 and go work on your fix some issues, that's what the game's all about.
And Malik Harris, I believe, both left the game early. What happened with them?
They're still being evaluated. I don't know for sure yet.
Over to the left, Ari.
Urban, you guys put up a million yards and won by a lot. But there were a lot of things that you said in terms of the defense being bad in the first half and things looking a little bit out of whack. I mean, I know at the end it looks great and everything you guys did is probably what you wanted to do, but is that what an Ohio State letdown is looking like this year? Are you guys that good?
I'm not sure the question. If that's, I guess the question is, if that's a bad game and we still win like that, then that's a pretty good football team out there. We don't look at it like that. We are gonna, we're gonna enjoy the win like we just did. We're gonna go back and you start giving up close to 300 yards passing in that first half. That's not. We did make some adjustments. And Sacramento played much better. How would I rate it? If I'm Paris Campbell, it's a hell of a game. He had 9 catches, 142 yards. Pass defense, you'd say, and pass pressure, pass rush, no. No, it was not very good. And then, knocking people off ball and running the ball, I don't think it was great, but I got to watch the videotape. We're just not consistent in that area. Those 2 areas are the problem child right now.
Okay, we got time for just one more set of questions. Rob, over to the right.
Urban, it's good to see McLaurin can do more than block, right? I mean, is that...
Yeah, he's a hell of a player, and he's like I told you. You start using the word Evan Spencer when you see the way this kid plays. He's fantastic.
And also, can you go as far as you want to go with an offense like this, as dynamic as it is, but a defense that gives up big plays? Is there a trade-off?
No, you can't. At the end of the day, that you have to play great defense to get where you got to get, and I'm confident that we will, because at times we've played great defense. And we have to get everybody healthy and get back to that.
Great. Coach, thank you very much. Hey, folks, just stay where you are. We're going to start off with some questions for Terry McLaurin here at the podium since we have him and no one else right now. Thank you, Coach. Okay. For the TV people over there, Terry McLaurin. It's like 6'1" for the good backdrop view. We'll open up with questions over here to the front. Tim?
Yeah. Terry, having a game like this again against your home state school, what does it mean to you, and what just kind of came right about the passing game as the game continued?
I don't really know a whole lot of guys there anymore because I'm like a fifth year, 23 years old, so a lot of the guys have left, but I knew the punt returner, Jay Sean Harris, and it was good to see him back out there persevering through 3 torn ACLs, but our offense is continually getting better. Our defense really stepped up when we needed some stops. Obviously, they didn't play their best, but we didn't play our best as well. But at the end of the day, we got the W, and that's all we really care about. And Dwayne was just putting the ball on the money, and as receivers, we just want to make plays.
Did y'all change up anything passing-wise as the game went on? I mean, obviously, a lot more crossing routes, things like that. What just kind of changed as the game evolved?
Well, they were sending some different types of blitzes, and we wanted to get the ball out of Dwayne's hands a little quicker. So that just means as receivers we had to speed up our routes. But we had a good game plan coming in. We hit a lot of the routes that we practiced all week against the coverages we were going to see. But I feel like we did a good job adjusting on the fly, even after 2 tough picks.
Over to the left. Bill?
Terry, could you walk us through the touchdown catch, especially the second one, the diving one? And also, what's it like to play with a quarterback that you have to feel pretty confident is going to hit you right in stride, right where it's supposed to be?
Well, that makes my job harder, but it also makes it easier in the sense that I got to be on time because he's a really rhythmic quarterback. But if I run a good route and run out of it, then the ball's going to be right where it needs to be. So in that, they were running a box set, and that we knew they were going to do that in our bunch. And we knew the corner was trying to keep us from running a post because we've been running post. And on that play, we had a corner route, so the safety picked me up. I already had leverage, and Dwayne put it right on the money. So he did the tough part. O-line had great, pass pro, and we made it happen at a big time in the game.
Front row right, Austin.
Terry, it felt like, I don't know, almost everybody on the team was tweeting about Dwayne Haskins for Heisman this week. Mm-hmm. Why is it that, you guys might be a little bit biased, but what is the candidacy there for him? Why do you guys endorse him so strongly there?
Well, first of all, we are biased because he's our guy, but I feel like a guy who's a first-year starter, I'm not going to take any credit from the guys that are doing what they're doing at other schools, but he's beat 2 top 15 teams on the road in tough environments and through a lot of adversity. And for a first-time quarterback to come in and do that with our offense, and the numbers he's putting up, I think Coach Wilson said he was 1 yard away from some type of record. So, we want to just keep helping him out. And I tell the receivers all the time, the more plays we make for him, the more confidence it gives him, and it's just his ability takes over the rest.
Over to the far left. Doug?
Terry, I think 2 weeks ago you might have tweeted a highlight of you blocking 2 guys, and then I think in the Penn State game you blocked 3 guys on a play. Were there any plays today where you blocked 4 guys?
No, I didn't have any of those, but Coach Wilson had a couple plays where we're blocking DNs And, you know, it may not show up on the TV. Nobody probably got it, but I had 2 knockdowns on some DNs today, too. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes for this team. I know Coach Wilson, that was a big play for him this week, especially against his former team. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes through the air, on the ground, special teams to help us win.
Did you feel like you needed to have 2 touchdowns today so you don't get typecast as a blocker?
No, not really. I don't really care a whole lot about the touchdowns. To be honest, I was more happy for Ben when he scored. He's just growing up before our eyes. But I just want to make the plays when they come to me. So whatever opportunities I get, I just want to make the plays, and I feel like I'm doing a better job of doing that than I did last year.
Okay, I'm going to ask everybody in the chairs to move your chairs over to the right. Terry, if you don't mind staying here. Guys, are we good with McLaurin? Yeah. We're good? Okay. Terry, great job. I'm going to have, hey, first of all, folks, with the chairs, move the chairs over to the right. I'm going to put Coach Day right here at the podium. Okay, cool. You're good to go, buddy. Thank you. Congrats. We got Coach Day at the podium, and we're going to have Chuck Borland at the front row right.
Coach Day, we continue to see amazing progress with your quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, 455